Our story begins in a remote desert area on the outskirts of Cairo, and we see a family riding in a car heading to their home. The mother was the driver, and when they entered the house, their little daughter named Layla saw her bird bleeding, so she screamed and asked her mother to save it. But the mother took her, and she and her husband went to the side of a small pyramid in their house and went down to the basement. We see an old coffin that her husband opened with difficulty, and inside the coffin was a mummified mummy. Suddenly the lights went out, and when the mother turned them back on, the mummy sat up. And the chain they used to open the cellar grabbed her husband, lifted him, and killed him. Then we move to the scene and see a journalist named Charlie sitting with his daughter named Katie, and he taught her the International Morse Code, which is a global system for encoding letters as dots and dashes. Meanwhile, their young son Seb was sitting with them as well, so he went and started talking to his pregnant wife named Larry about his work. While they were talking, they heard their children fighting, so they went to see them. The problem was simply that Seb threw Katie's doll from the roof. Charlie went inside with her and tried to fix the doll, but Katie was upset because he didn't punish Seb, so she left them and went out. At the same time, she took her doll and toys and went to the garden to play with them. But suddenly she heard a woman's voice, and it was Layla's mother. When Katie asked her about Layla, she replied and told her that your close friend is sick today and couldn't come to you, but I want to know what she told you about me. So Katie replied and told her that you are a witch, but Layla's mother indeed said to her that I will show you a magic trick. As for now, Charlie started talking on the phone with his wife and informed her about being accepted for a new job, but he noticed a lot of candy bags in Katie's closet. When he asked Larry, she replied and said that she didn't know anything about it. As for now, Layla's mother gave candy to Katie and also gave her an apple and asked for forgiveness, reciting dangerous and terrifying magic spells. Suddenly, a beetle came out of the apple and went into Katie's mouth. She swallowed it and fell to the ground. As for here, Charlie went to the garden, but he saw Katie's place empty and her toys there. Now he ran like crazy and searched for her in the dusty streets of Cairo, but in the end, he didn't find her. Then we moved to the scene where they went to the police station and met an officer named Zaki because she is the only one who speaks English to communicate with them. Zaki's manager asked her and told her that they are tourists, but when she asked them, Charlie replied that he is a journalist and they've been here for 5 months. At the same time, Larry gave them bags of candy as evidence of the kidnapper, but the manager told Zaki they might be lying and accidentally killed her. But now Charlie understood what he said and lost his temper, telling him, 2 girls were kidnapped and you're accusing us. You need to search for her and the kidnapper immediately. And after 8 years have passed since all these events, we see Charlie driving his car on a highway in New Mexico with a picture of him and Katie in the car. Meanwhile, we see Larry in Katie's room contemplating, but her little daughter named Moody interrupted her and asked for help with printing something she wanted. And from here, we see the family gathered for dinner and the grandmother started reciting a prayer before eating. At this moment, Charlie arrived and a conversation took place between them. Then Seb gave Larry his phone for Maud to see the school trip that will happen in the spring, but she replied to him, you know that school trips are forbidden. So Seb got upset and said to her, I know the reason for your refusal because Katie was kidnapped. And he got angry and went to his room. Now we see a young man riding a bicycle in the Arabian desert in Egypt near the city of Aswan. He got off to fix the bicycle chain, and while fixing it, he heard the sound of something falling heavily, so he went and saw a plane that had crashed on the ground and was burning, with the corpse of a man lying in a terrifying manner beside it. Another man had died from a tree branch that had pierced his head to the extent that it had gouged out his eye. When he ran away in fear and awe, he saw an old coffin. Now we see the police as they received the coffin and didn't see anything on the x-ray, but when they opened the coffin, they saw a mummified mummy. The policewoman removed the tapes on it and also took a picture, and suddenly the mummy sat up and started screaming and a beetle came out of its mouth. Here we start to connect the events. Is this mummy the same Katie who disappeared 8 years ago? Because in the past, she was the one who swallowed the beetle. Then we see Charlie and his family who went on a vacation for fun, and while they were talking, he received a call. When he answered, it was from the American Embassy in Cairo. He heard this and got out of the car with Larry and talked to them. They told them that they found Katie and she is alive. And suddenly, we switch scenes and see them going to the hospital, and the doctor informed them that Katie's physical and mental condition is very bad, and we are doing what we can, and after each time we sedate her, but you all stay calm and gentle with her when you enter. And when they entered, they saw her condition was bad in every sense of the word, and it was a sad scene, but the doctor told them, "It might take time, you take it home and take care of it." Then they left the room and Larry cried while Charlie hugged her. At that moment, Zaki was at the hospital and saw them, so she gave the coffin pictures to Charlie and told him this coffin is 2,000 or 3,000 years old. Katie was moving with it, and in Egypt we have antiquities smuggling, and if someone wanted to trade in humans, they would smuggle them with the antiquities. He got angry and told her, "I remember when she was kidnapped and I came to you, but you didn't believe me. And now, are you going to be better than your previous manager and look for who kidnapped Katie?" She said, "Yes, I will search." Then we see the grandmother preparing a birthday party to welcome Katie, and here the family arrived with Katie. Charlie and Larry struggled to get her up to her room in the wheelchair, and when they put her in bed, Modi introduced herself. At the same time, the grandmother was holding her hands and reciting prayers. Meanwhile, Larry was talking to Seb, and the grandmother finished the prayer. In the meantime, Katie hit the grandmother on the head, and she had a seizure to the point where her whole body convulsed with strange movements, and her cheek twitched in a disturbing way. Charlie held her, and Larry injected her with a sedative. As for the night, Muddy went to Seb, who was listening to music, and she told him that she was scared because she was hearing strange sounds because of Katie. He told her that she was sick, and his mother said that she needed some time, rest, and care, and then she would return to her normal self completely. As for now, we see Charlie going to the office room and seeing a picture of Katie's case. After that, Larry was sleeping with her in a room, so she showed her pictures of herself when she was little and started telling her the story, saying that when they moved to this house, she was 3 years old, and Larry gave her her room when she was a child, but Katie didn't interact with her and left her and slept. While Modi and Seb were sleeping in their room, they suddenly heard knocking on a small door in the wall of the room. As for Charlie, he entered Katie's room and woke Larry up because Katie wasn't there, so Seb grabbed a baseball bat out of fear. As for him and Modi, they were standing, and Larry and Charlie came in, so Seb told them there was something inside the wall. When Larry opened the door, she suddenly saw Katie, who ran, so she went in and saw her in the corner of the wall and ran after her. As for Charlie, he went in through another door and searched for her too, and without warning they saw Katie, who had caught a scorpion and ate it. While trying to stop her, Seb saw them holding her, and they tried to get the scorpion out of her until she vomited, and the scene was disgusting. The next day, Charlie took the kids to school and saw wild wolves gathered at the house door. When he dropped them off at school, he advised them not to tell anyone at school temporarily. As Moody was getting out of the car, Seb asked Charlie, "What's wrong with Katie?" He replied, "I don't know. All I know is that she needs care." Meanwhile, we see Larry and Grandma washing Katie and changing her clothes. While the grandmother was drying her hair, Larry tried to trim her nails, but Charlie came and closed the door in the children's room wall and locked it. He smelled a foul odor under the carpet, and when he lifted it, he saw skin and blood remains underneath. While trimming Katie's nails, suddenly Larry pulled off her nail and the skin from the foot to the leg, so Katie ran away. Larry called Charlie and told him to look for her, so he went and searched for her and saw her as she ran to the ground floor. As he was coming down the stairs, he saw her, and she ran again, while Charlie went after her. And after searching, he found her in a room digging into her leg wound with a metal stick. But here, Larry started treating Katie's leg, but suddenly Charlie told them that he thought they should find another place for her besides the house, and that this was just a care period after which she would return. But Larry got upset and replied to him, saying that she definitely wouldn't allow this, leading to a heated argument between them that ended with both of them upset because Larry told him that it was his fault, and he told her that everything happened because of her. Then she entered Katie's room and angrily spoke to her, telling her to say something and not stay silent, but Katie spat on her. And now we see Charlie as he goes and cleans the bathroom, and suddenly he sees Katie's skin on her card, so he notices writings on it and he takes it to his office and starts separating the layers of skin. After separating, there are several layers, all with writing on them. Now we move to the scene and see Charlie as he goes and attends a lecture by a professor of archaeology named Bixler. And when the lecture ended, he went and talked to him and said, "I came to ask you about Egyptian hieroglyphs, which is one of the oldest writing systems in the world." And he showed showed him pictures of the writings on the skin. But Bixler replied to him and said that this is hieratic script, the oldest Egyptian script, meaning it was used 3,000 years before Christ. At night, we see Charlie sitting with Katie in her room, apologizing to her and crying, but suddenly she used Morse code through her teeth and tried to tell him something, so he took a paper and pen and wrote down the entire code. After that, he went through her things and found a Morse code sheet and translated what was written, and it turned out to be the name Layla. So he called Zaki and told her that Katie gave me the name, which is Layla, but she replied and told him that Egypt is full of